Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Think and Succeed newsletter. And in this video newsletter, we're going to create a banner ad and banner ads that get lots of clicks. This is how to create responsive banner ads. All right, so we've got in front of you some IAB ad units. These are the typical ad units that you see in display advertising all across the internet. And we're going to do a 300 by 250 today. That's one of those smaller ad units that you can buy very inexpensively across the internet on many different advertising networks. So we're going to do a 300 by a 250 advertising unit today. So in order for us to get this set up, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a little bit of a template here using Inkscape. Go to inkscape.org and you'll be able to download it for free for both the Mac and the PC. And that's what we're going to be using to create our ad today. The ads we're going to be creating are very, very easy. First, we're going to set up a 300 by 250 ad unit. And we're going to drag this across here. Now, the ad unit we just dragged across here is actually 142 by 135. And so all we want to do is come up here and change that to 300 and 250. And we have exactly now a 300 by 250 ad unit box that we can use as a template. Now what we're going to do is that's just going to be our background just to make sure that we have the correct size and we're using IAB ad unit standard sizes. Now we're going to take the text tool on Inkscape and we're just going to type in some text. Now in our case we're just going to talk about the Think and Succeed newsletter. Now, of course, any product that you have, any website that you have, you want to promote your site, not Think and Succeed. So what we're going to say here is just a video newsletter for people who really want success online. All right, so let's just clean it up, make sure that we have all the spelling. We're going to use capital letters on every single word, and we want to center this. So we're going to go to text and font, and we're going to go ahead and hit the center button, and then we're going to apply it, and then we're going to close it. And now what we want to do is we want to underline some of these words. Now to underline it, you actually have to do it using a text. So who really wants success? So what we're going to do is we're just going to use a bar to underline here. And we're going to drag that down to where we want it. And then we're going to change it to a highlight of blue. So it matches, let's say you were running a, you know, on a website or something like that. You want a blue underline to indicate that it's a clickable link, right? So let me go over to our tool section here because I have the opacity down too low. I want to change that back up to 100%. Close that up. And then, so all we want to do at this point is duplicate this and paste it. We already did. There we go. And we're just going to close that up. Perfect. So now we've got an underline, a couple of words that are underlined. So it potentially looks like they could be a clickable link. We only want those bars to be 1. We want those really, really thin. So I'm just going to change them to 1 in height. So now it looks like a link that you can actually click, right? That's exactly what we want it to look like. So now we want a call to action. We've got our headline. Now we want a call to action. So we're just going to say something like, there we go. All right, now we want to do the same thing. We close up the gap on those lines down to 100, and we want to center it, and we're going to apply and close that up. And now what we want to do is shrink it up just a little bit. So we're just going to drag and drop this to make it smaller than the rest of the text. We want it to remain pretty good here to not make it too small so it's readable. We want to duplicate that again, that underline, so that we can use it over here on click here. And we just want to use it just like that so it looks like a clickable link. If it looks like a clickable link, people might actually click on it. See, people are so used to banner ads with all kinds of fancy graphics and things like that that they actually do respond to something that looks like a text ad. Now we have to make sure that we have the right size. So we're going to drop it into our box here. Now this is our 300 by 250 box. We've got a little bit of a problem because it's a little bit too big maybe. We're going to put this down here. We can actually expand this out a little bit. We don't want it to look too strange though. So we're just going to put it right down here at the bottom. And this one we can actually make bigger. Okay, so now we've got the 300 by 250 AIB. Now all we have to do is, now this is going to be a banner ad, so we're going to link it, of course, to, it's going to be an image. And what we want to do is we want to set the background. Now we can set the background, it's still at 300 by 250. We can set it to any color that we want. We can do a plain white background so it actually blends right into whatever site that we're using, because most people use a white background. We can also do a black outline with white letters, but we're just going to do a white background. We're going to highlight everything by dragging our mouse across, and then we're going to simply export this. And we're going to export it as a bitmap. It turns out to be a PNG. It's going to be 300 by 250, and that's a 90 DPI. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to name it, and we are done. So now we have the little banner ad right over here. We're going to click on it. You can see it has a transparent background. Let's open it up with Safari. And that's what our ad would look like. So people see the blue underlining and they are tempted to click on there to go and see what we have to offer. All right, guys, that's how to create a IIB ad unit, standard ad unit of 300 by 250 ad that gets a high response.